Hello, everybody. Hi. I hope you all are doing well this evening. I'm doing some new things with my tech tonight, so if at any point I sound bad or look bad, let a boy know in the comments if anything is sounding off today. For those of you who are new, hello. We do this show every Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm live on Boylesque, Michigan, Riley Saronin on YouTube, and Riley J13 on Twitch. And this show is just for an hour. You just sit back, you unwind, you relax, and we do some mental health discussions. We do hard discussions, we do fun discussions. And we just sit back and unwind. Uh, for those of you that watch regularly, you know that I have been missing for the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks were dedicated to the love of my life, Jaden Black. And we got to watch her compete in the Tamisha Iman virtual drag battle. And that was a lot of fun to be a part of. I just realized, am my audio connected? Oh my goodness, my audio is not even connected the way I want it. Hold on, let's get this. Ooh, hello, can you still hear me? I hope I didn't mess it up. Okay, anyway, so yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I missed you all too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the last 2 Wednesdays we were doing that, but up until then, I was doing this every single Wednesday. So we have some new faces. Welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. I saw in my memories today that today is actually the 1 year anniversary of my Wednesday night show, which I thought was just freaking spectacular. We started up Bottoms Up 1 year ago today. Like, what in the world? We have come so far. Like, we as in Boylesque have come so far, and you as an audience have come so far with us. That I'm glad that I got the two weeks of just kind of being off camera and getting to do helping out Jaden with all her stuff, and now we're back, and I'm refreshed and ready to go. Yeah, my mom in the comments said, "What?" Yeah, it's been a year, which means we've also been in this pandemic far too long. Uh, you will also note that in a few weeks is the anniversary of the 2020 Black Lives Matter movement, and in memory of that, and I don't know what the terminology is that I should be using is, but in timing with that, I guess, was the court case verdict hearing of that movement and making that change. So yeah, my show, as I always like to say, my show falls on the hardest days in history, and I'm very grateful for that in a sense, because the show is about that. Bottoms Up was more of a fun show, but this show in particular is about those hard discussions and about mental health, and so it is what it is. And in timing with that is actually why we're doing a show that we are doing today. Today we're doing a show that I've titled Just Breathe, and I think we're going to do this kind of semi regularly, along with kind of like how we do trivia semi regularly. And we're gonna take episodes where we just sit back, unwind, and relax. I actually have some relaxing music I'm gonna play throughout the show, as well as I'm going to be doing some self-care on screen, while you guys, I encourage you to do self-care at home. I also have some meditations that I'm going to be reading, so I'm very, very grateful and excited. Yeah, I know Effie has been very busy. I'm seeing in the comments that you all missed her. She's been very busy. I actually haven't had a chance to actually get a hold of her in quite a while. She's been doing it big, but I'm glad that you're all here tonight. Please share the feed if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. As you can see across the bottoms, something that's also appreciated is tips. Tips are what keep the shows going here and keep the lights on in our home physically. So we always appreciate a tip. Thank you in advance for those. Hello, Eli. And hello to everyone here, Anne-Marie, April, Julie, Mom and Dad, Wendy, my boo, Jaden, of course. And if you're still here, Chuck and Andy, hello. I'm glad that you're joining us this evening. I also encourage, we normally have a very active chat. If you're new to the show, you'll know that we have a very active chat normally. And tonight I'm going to encourage, once we start kind of the self-care realm, to only use the chat as needed, I guess. I want to create a quiet space. If you are someone that needs, I guess, to articulate what you're feeling, use the chat for that, totally. But other than that, as we go into the evening, I want you to make sure that you're taking time for you and you don't feel that you have to always be commenting as well. So with that being said, I think I am ready to get started. Let me get some music going real quick. And let me know if you can or cannot hear it. I can always adjust things. Let me know if things are too loud, too quiet, if I'm too loud or too quiet, whatever that may be. The music is kind of in the roomish. This mic is made, I did a test run, but this mic is made to cancel out sound. So let me know if things, also use the chat for that. Let me know how things sound. Hello, M. Can hear or can't hear? Can. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So I'm glad that you guys can hear it. Like I said, if anything gets distracting, just let me know. I can easily adjust. So I'm going to start with a couple. I'm going to start with a couple meditations. So with that, I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. This is your time to reflect, okay? So we're gonna go through some meditations. I'll tell you what kind of books they're coming from in case you're looking for that in your life. But like I said, this next hour is for you. It is for you to breathe. It is for you to unwind. It is for you to actually, before we get into meditations, let's breathe. Because I just realized maybe not everyone has done meditation before, and it is very helpful when getting into your headspace of self-care and self-love. So what I want you to do at home, and if this feels awkward, if it feels funny, if it feels anything in between, know that you are not alone in that feeling, and also know there is no wrong way to take in tonight, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to just close your eyes. I'm going to keep my eyes open so I know that the stream is still going. But I want you to close your eyes. I want you to just breathe for a little bit. Just kind of regulate your breath. Regulate means to find your center. It means you're not breathing fast. You're not breathing slow. It is your natural pace of breathing. So find that moment for you. Now what I want you to do is I want you to keep your eyes closed, and we're going to take a really deep breath in. For this first one, we're not going to count or anything. So I just want you to take a really deep breath in, and now I want you to let it out. Take another deep breath in, and now I want you to let it back out. Now, with your eyes still closed, what I want you to do is I want you to take a deep breath in, but this time I want you to count to 4. So as you're taking it in, count to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold it for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let it out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want you to do that 2 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let it back out. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. I'm going to let you do it on your own. Okay. Now feel free to slowly open your eyes. Look at me again. I'm still here. And now I want you, as you're finding you're regulating your breath again, you're finding your natural pace of your breath again. I'm going to do 2 meditations. We're going to do 2 meditations at the beginning and 1 meditation at the end. Okay? So this first one comes from Days of Healing, Days of Joy, Daily Meditations for Adult Children. For those of you that don't know what adult children are, or might find that a funny term, is actually a very common term in therapy practices, as well as mental health studies. And adult children are those people who they went through, it's mostly common. I don't want to generalize, but it's mostly common for those who went through some sort of trauma at some point in your life. And that's kind of where your growth stops. Again, this is not everybody. This is just my best way to explain it in a broader way. But so say you went through trauma at a certain age and your brain kind of emotionally kind of stops there because that trauma was very, very strong. And so adult children are not bad people. It's not a term that is taken lightly or to make fun of somebody. It just means that they're still growing, and that's not a bad thing. So that's what this one comes. It is, this one in particular is purple. It has a little sunset with a valley. It's by Ernie Larson and Carol Larson Hegarty. So, and each one of these are numbered by the days. So we'll be going over all of April 21st, since that's today. You'll probably notice a common theme. Many meditation practices do cover the same things on the same days, often more than not. But I like to go through multiple because people like to word things differently, and it can maybe one speaks to you over the other. So this one says, and I will note that some of these are a little more religious than others. So take what you need from them as you want. This one starts with a verse from Matthew chapter 7, verses 2 through 3. Why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thy own eye? Now we're going to unpack it. Everyone knows it's easier to look out than in. Other people's character flaws or habits of thinking are often as clear to us as neon handwriting on the wall. Our own kinks and dead spots are far more difficult to identify. That difference in vision is a fact. We have to accept that we tend to be blind when we look at ourselves. What we must not accept is the tendency to enjoy fault finding. With practice, we can get so good at pointing out other people's problems and cleverly describing them to our friends that fault finding becomes a skill as well as entertainment. Others can see our outsides as clearly as we can see theirs. We are all glass houses. We are all vulnerable to stone throwers. And it ends with, I will work towards always identifying an asset in others, no matter how glaring their faults. It was short, so I'm going to read it one more time. Everyone knows it's easier to look out than in. Other people's character flaws or habits of stinking thinking are often as clear to us as neon handwriting on the wall. Our own kinks and dead spots are far more difficult to identify. That difference in vision is a fact. We have to accept that we tend to be blind when we look at ourselves. What we must not accept is the tendency to enjoy fault finding. With practice, we can get so good at pointing out other people's problems and cleverly describing them to our friends that fault finding becomes a skill as well as entertainment. Others can see our outsides as clearly as we can see theirs. We are all glass houses. We are all vulnerable to stone throwers. So that one is speaking on, it is so easy to look at someone and find their faults and find their flaws and to judge them. And that can become an entertainment. That's how we get bullies. That's how we get cliques, especially early on in life. But we are all vulnerable. We are all glass houses, as this particular one puts it. So, we're all just people. We're all just trying our best. So even if someone treats you really crappy, treats you like trash, we're all flawed. It's very hard. It's very hard not to judge someone. It's very hard not to hate them. We're all human of fault. Again, this is Days of Healing, Days of Joy, Daily Meditations for Adult Children. Hello, Jonathan. For those just joining, we're doing some meditation right now. We did some breathing. If you need to find your space, feel free to find your space. We did some deep breaths and some counting as well. And right now I'm just doing 2 meditations. I did the first one, and I'm going to do the second one. And take a sip first. And we're also encouraging to use the chat as needed, but don't light it up. Just use it if you need to vocalize something because you want to speak your truth. But other than that, we're not using it for small chat today. I want you to experience silenceness and peacefulness in your homes. All right, so this one, this book may speak to some more than others, but it is one we hold in our household, and I'm really appreciative that we openly hold on to it in our household. This one is One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. Some may recognize it, some may not, but it's a good one. It's used in a lot of groups, group therapies, and it's used for family members, children of alcoholics. Is where it's most commonly used. So, April 21st. Very gradually in Al-Anon, we come to see the inner meaning of its spiritual teachings. Many of them we have known from childhood, from parental guidance and religious training. Yet we find there has been a wide gap between what we learned and how we apply it to our daily living. In Al-Anon, I discovered 2 roadblocks that have kept me from seeing the value and comfort of spiritual approach: self-justification and self-righteousness. The first gives a grim certainty that I'm always right. The second smothers me in the delusion that I'm better than other people, holier than thou. Today's reminder: Al-Anon offers this effective magic in helping us overcome the damage due to self-justification and self-righteousness. Examine your motives. What answers would I give if I stop in the middle of such rationalizing and ask myself, why am I doing this? Is this justification really honest? Are these rational reasons for my action? And then a quote from Proverbs: I pray for the progress that is possible when I am completely honest with myself. On that foundation, I can build a good life. And thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself. So, speaking on taking time to breathe as we're doing today, and learning how to rationalize things that we're going through, right? So it says, what answers would I give if I stopped in the middle of such rationalization and ask myself, why am I doing this? Is this justification really honest? Are these rational reasons for my actions? So, things to think about while you're going through hard times and while you're reacting to them as well, right? As we were talking with the previous meditation, bullying, right? How are we reacting to bullying, and is our reaction justified, but is it also effective? So that is one day at a time in Al-Anon. If anyone ever needs to talk and are interested in this specific book, my inbox is always open. So with that, I'm going to save our final one for the end of the stream. But right now, what I want you to do, I'm going to go silent on my end in the sense of speaking. I'll still have music playing, so there will be audio. But what I want you to do is I want you to take time for you. For the next, I'm going to say 15 minutes. I know that's a long time in Streamland. But for the next 15 minutes, what I want you to do is to find something that makes you calm or happy or makes you feel accomplished. So what I'm going to be doing, I'll bring it up on screen here. Let me get adjusted. What I'm going to be doing is this. I'm going to be coloring. And I'm going to be coloring this just like little mosaic piece, I guess you could call it. So if you want to color, you can color. If you want to journal, draw, maybe take a break from the stream and listen to your own meditations or your own music. And just take time for you. And maybe that could be doing the dishes, folding laundry. If you're someone who needs a little push instead of a time to calm and relax because you've been sitting in one spot all day, do some dishes, fold some laundry, and go organize something that needs organization. Do whatever you need to do, but that's what we're going to be doing for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to still be on screen. So if anything comes up in the comments, feel free to add it if you feel so called out to do so. But yeah, or working out. I encourage it. Yes, April put working out. You can totally work out. You can so do that. I encourage that completely. Again, whatever makes you feel good in the next 15 minutes. I will be here. And yeah, we'll go into some meditation at the end as well as upcoming announcements. I have some really exciting ones. So. All right, friends. I'm going to pull you out of what you are working on and welcome you back. I hope that your 15 minutes, you're able to do something that you enjoyed, to help you unwind and relax. Feel free to put in the comments what you did with your 15 minutes, whether that was you did something productive, you did something peaceful, maybe you just watched me for 15 minutes. But please put in the comments what you did with your time. I'm curious. Regardless, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you joined me today, and I'm really grateful. Nice. Very cool. Cleaning and folding laundry, that's beautiful. Used my total gym and reflected. Nice. Changed my wallet. That's a biggie. Changing wallets. Pet your cat. Oh, I'm jealous. Very jealous of the petting the cat. That's what I would have done if I was watching at home, watching from another room. I guess I would have been petting a cat. Watched and listened. Nice. Jewelry auction. Hope you got something cute. Watched you and had some wine. It was whatever brought you joy and peace. Played solitaire. Very cool. I'm so glad. I'm glad you took the time for you. We're going to end the session of being in this space with one more meditation. We're going to close out with some breathing, and then we'll go into our closing of the show. So let me get on the correct date here. Okay, so this final book that we'll be reading from today is one of my favorites, and is the one that I connect with the most. So I highly recommend it if anyone else deals with anything, any sort of these feelings, I guess. It is The Language of Letting Go, Daily Meditations on Codependency, and is by Melody Beattie. Oh, covering up the title. So The Language of Letting Go, Daily Meditations on Codependency. For those that may not know the term codependency, being a codependent person is someone who is not independent and is not dependent, but is codependent. And codependency is when you're so dependent on someone or something that you start to feel, you start to feel the way that they feel. You start to change everything about you so that that person is 100% of the time always happy. And that is my biggest struggle. I will own it. I am very, very codependent. Every friendship, every romantic relationship, family members, I'm a codependent person, and it is the biggest thing I work on in therapy, is not changing myself to please others. So we're gonna be reading from this today to end our session. So April 1st, the section is called Waiting. Wait. If the time is not right, the way is not clear, the answer or decision not consistent, wait. We may feel a sense of urgency. We may want to resolve the issue by doing something, anything, now, but that action is not in our best interest. Living with confusion or unsolved problems is difficult. It is easier to resolve things, but making a decision too soon, doing something before its time, means we may have to go back and redo it. If the time is not right, wait. If the way is not clear, do not plunge forward. If the answer or decision feels muddy, wait. In this new way of life, there is a guiding force. We do not ever have to move too soon or move out of harmony. Waiting is an action, a positive, forceful action. Often, waiting is a God-guided action, one with as much power as a decision and more power than an urgent, ill-timed decision. We do not have to pressure ourselves by insisting that we do or know something before it's time. When it is time, we will know. We will move into that time naturally and harmoniously. We will have peace and consistency. We will feel empowered in a way we do not feel today. Deal with the panic, the urgency, the fear. Do not let them control or dictate decisions. Waiting isn't easy. It isn't fun, but waiting is often necessary to get what we want. It is not dead time. It is not downtime. The answer will come. The power will come. The time will come. and it will be right. And it ends with, today I will wait if waiting is the action I need in order to take care of myself. I will know that I am taking a positive, forceful action of waiting until the time is right. God, help me let go of my fear, urgency, and panic. Help me learn the art of waiting until the time is right. Help me learn timing. That section was called Waiting, from The Language of Letting Go, Daily Meditation on Codependency. Now, what I think is very powerful about this particular meditation is that I'm a big believer in that that time shouldn't exist. I shouldn't say never, I often am not someone who is in a hurry. I'm often not someone who has to be on time, otherwise I'm going to get anxious and lose it. I'm someone that takes my time, and I wait a lot to make decisions, so much so that sometimes I have to tell myself to band-aid a decision and just do it. But in the sense of codependency, I think waiting is a very powerful tool and very something that I know I forget to do when being codependent. I don't wait things out. Instead, as soon as I'm asked to do something, or as soon as I feel my partner or my friend or whoever have a shift in emotion, I urgently try to fix it. I urgently do what I'm asked. I don't wait. So I think that's a very powerful tool in codependency, to wait and to take your time and to just let yourself take time, like we did today, right? We took time, we let the world slow down around us, and we waited, and we sat, and we breathed. So with that, we're going to do one more breathing, the same way we started. So regulate your breath, find your regular breathing pattern, if you will. And once you have found it on your own, take a deep breath in and let that breath out. And take one more deep breath in and let it out. And also, if you want, close your eyes. Sorry, I forgot to mention that part. Now we're going to count to 4. We're going to do 4s. So take a breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. If your eyes are closed, open them. Good job today, guys. I hope this was peaceful for you. I hope this was grounding for you, no matter what you're going through today or every day. You can always come back to this episode. If you want any techniques, you can also always inbox me if you would like them typed out for you. I'm going to turn this music off. So, again, thank you so much for joining me today. As for announcements in the upcoming week, we have a lot of exciting things. On Friday, we have Snatch Game, which is it's a game from words known from RuPaul's Drag Race, where your contestants dress up as famous celebrities, impersonate them, and answer questions in the realm of that celebrity. It's a lot of fun. We have a commercial on Boylesque, Michigan, if you want to check it out and kind of see what it's about. Our queens, if you watched it last time, all of our queens are doing different impersonations this time. So I'm very excited for you guys to see what they're coming up with. They've worked even harder than the last time we did Snatch Game. So I'm very excited for that. We also have 2 amazing special guests that our celebrities will be trying to match with. Isaiah Cole and Avalisa Davenport. So I'm very excited to host them as well. And I will be hosting the show just as I did last time. So I'm very excited for that. That is $15 to watch. through a private link, $15 per household. The money is helping the cause Food Gatherers. That is a local nonprofit in the area that we're very excited to help out. And they're also very excited to work with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then, and you can send that $15 along with your email address to any of the methods that are scrolling on your screen right now. On Saturday, we have what we have every Saturday. Learning's a drag. Sorry, I'm so mellowed out. I'm so mellowed out that my brain is figuring out stuff. On Saturday, we have our Learning's a Drag. It is every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Boylesque, Michigan. Free to watch, family friendly. We do story time, a cooking lesson, a dance lesson, a music lesson, and it is a lot of fun. We'll also be donating money received from that show to Food Gatherers. Other than that, we don't have too much else like new coming up. Jaden Black, as well as myself and Avalisa Davenport, are working on an upcoming project that we're super excited to announce to you in a few weeks, as well as we're working hard on Ann Arbor Virtual Pride, which is going to be a lot of fun this year in August. And what else? Oh, yes, my big announcement. You are all the first to know. At the end of May, I am very, very excited. I'll be hosting my own drag show for the very first time. It's so exciting. It'll be in place of our regular Friday night show. So it'll be May 28th, and it's going to be an all drag king show. I'm going to be putting out the ad tomorrow for people to apply. I'm looking for entertainers across the globe. So if you know of anybody that is a masculine drag entertainer, whether that is king, non-binary, whatever have you, please send them my way and send them the flyer that I will be posting tomorrow. I'm very excited to be hosting that. And that is May 28th. It'll be for a fundraiser, and it'll be $15 just like any Friday night show. I'm very, very excited. Well, thank you. You'd love to be a part of Pride. You can definitely reach out to jadenblack@gmail.com and see if there's anywhere we can plug you in. I don't know if she's still looking for entertainment, but you can always ask. And if not, we can always use volunteers as well, I believe. So definitely email jadenblack@gmail.com. Yes, Kevin also has Stonewall the Musical coming up. So that is very exciting as well. And you can go check out Sky Rainbow Productions on Facebook as well as YouTube. And I believe they have a website as well where you can learn all the upcoming of what they are working on, as well as Kevin's podcast. So yeah, we have all those exciting things coming up. You all have exciting things coming up. I'm very happy that you're with me here this evening. Please take time for you. And it doesn't have to be an hour like it was today, but just take 15 minutes. If you take 15 minutes a day to do something that just helps you unwind, makes you feel good, I promise you will notice a difference after. It takes people a different amount of days. Some people it takes like 1 day. Some people it takes like a week, So take some time for you and know that you are loved. You are worthy of love. And you all deserve just all the love in the world. I just hope you know that. Thank you so much for joining me again. And I hope to see you on Friday. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Bye.